Hey y'all, it's Crystal here from ChristaCoDesign.com. Today I am using the mattress stitch to seam up this little beanie, and I will be showing you how to do it on this 1x1 ribbing and the stockinette stitch. So we're looking for these little bars here in between our first and last stitches of the row. You can really pull them out and see there, but they tend to hide and can be harder to find, especially up here on the stockinette portion. So when you seam, you're going to go under these horizontal bars. So you'll be looking for each one of those, and you're just going to seam stitch for stitch, row for row, lining up a stitch on the right with the same stitch in the same row on the left. And when we're done, we're going to still have seamless ribbing that has a knit side and a purl stitch, knit one, purl one. So we're looking for the bar that runs between the purl and the last knit stitch there that we're going to cover up. So again, I like to go through and identify the bar, and that way I know what I'm looking for. All you need is a yarn needle and matching yarn. I'm using contrasting color just to make it a little bit easier for you to see what I'm doing. I'm going to thread my yarn needle, match up my bottom stitch on either side. So on the right I have a purl and on the left I have a knit. So this ribbing is nice to show it on because then you can see how the mattress stitch looks when you are doing a knit and a purl. Okay, we're going to start by going in the bottom stitch, the first stitch on each side. And we're going to go back up through the same stitch so that we can lock this bottom one in place, and make sure you leave about a 6-inch tail or so that you can weave that loose yarn thread in there. Okay, so now we're going to zigzag back and forth. If I'm on the right, I'm going to go over to the left side, move my last stitch and look for that bar, go under the bar there, pull my yarn through. I'm leaving it a little loose so you can see how we're going to pull it together after a few. Go over to the right side, find the next bar between the first and second column of stitches. Go under that, come up and over, back to the left side, find the next bar between the last knit and purl stitch columns, and just back and forth like this. After a few there you can see, and we can pull it like a zipper and they pull close together. You'll see you'll still have a column of knits and a column of purls. So I'm just going to continue. Going back and forth looking for that horizontal bar to catch with my needle. Some of them really like to hide, especially on these edge stitches, or because we're working on the edge here. Okay, I'm about done with the ribbing part, and then I am going to pull this to close it up, and then we will switch over to seaming stockinette rows. So satisfying, yes? And again, you're using the same color yarn, so if you can see the little bit of purple there when I do that, you won't see that. It won't stand out as much. Okay, so switching over to stockinette edge to stockinette edge. So here is my last column, and the bar in between here is much more hidden here between the columns of vertical stitches. But you can still find it and kind of pull that edge stitch to see the joining bar in between, and then over here as well. So there's my last column of stitches. I'm looking for the bar that joins between the first and second ones. So we just continue working the same way, zigzagging from right to left, going under that bar there. And if you're confident you have the right spot, you can kind of just put your needle in where your yarn came out and then scoop up, and you're going to catch the right bar that you're looking for. Things to look out for are that sometimes your columns of stockinette of knit stitches, it's easy to get off. They all look so similar, and so sometimes you can be looking at the right leg of one and the left leg of the other column, and those look like a column of knit stitches, but if you look closely, they're going upside down, not right side up like a knit stitch. Your V is facing the wrong way if you have a 1 and 1. Just something to look out for. I'm trying to troubleshoot here, thinking what are the things that have gone wrong for me in the past. So it is a really nice finish. Takes a little bit of work to learn it if it's brand new, but definitely worth it, especially if you're making something like a sweater or a hat where your finished seam is going to be visible and you want it to look seamless. This is a great one, and it really is easy once you learn it, and so it is satisfying to pull those stitches closed. So there you go. One thing I would say is try not to pull them too tightly because it does skew it. And there on the inside you can see those last column of stitches are together on the inside seam. So mattress stitch is nice too because you work it on the right side so you can see how it's looking when you're finished. Sometimes when you're working on the wrong side, you might get a pull of yarn somewhere wrong if you're using another seaming method. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I hope you find this seaming video helpful.